Do, 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 da, da. Dee, 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 da, da. Do, do, da. Howdy. Hi there. Oh, who am I? I am Mrs. Claus. Mrs. was no doubt whatever about that. The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief mourner. Scrooge signed it, and Scrooge's name was good upon change, for anything he chose to put his hand to. Old Marley was dead as a doornail. Mind, I don't Scrooge.